I mean, forcing it upon the viewers, us, to witness this kind of interaction in a game, it's like it's very forced upon you, and I don't like that. Already took me away from wanting to buy the game, because I listened to the podcast story that they did, because they brought out special episodes, and I listened to that and I was like, oh, this is awesome, I love it. You have like obviously the veil where they go to rescue one of the loved ones from one of the main characters, right? And it's just so intense. I'm like, oh, this is epic. Yeah, I want this game. And then like I see the reviews and I just go, oh, let me look into this. So I look into it and I'm just like, okay, well, this doesn't really represent the Dragon Age how I remember it. And I want to know more about the history, and especially Solus, the motherfucker evil.
He's the villain?
Yeah, he's a villain. Yeah, he if I spoiled someone, I'm sorry. But not sorry. Anyway, so but yeah, he is the Dreadwolf and he wants to change the world to his view, right? But I feel like the way the DEI is introduced into this game is very just crammed down the protagonist's throat.
I see.
And that's why I'm turned off of buying that game completely now, because I come to play a game to get out away from
real life.
Yes,
issues.
I want to be taken in, give me a story like Red Dead Redemption. That's like one of my favorite games, right? Because you're in the West, you're in the rough, like that beautiful scenery. You're out there, you're just living a cowboy lifestyle in the Wild West, where the times are changing, with the whole laws and stuff of no more outlaws, you're just a rough piece of people that shouldn't exist in this time of age anymore. So, and the art style, the character building, is just
it's on my bucket list. I heard that especially the second one, it's like a masterpiece. But then my friend told me like, Bruno, but you need to be prepared because like 500 hours of gameplay. I was like, bro, what?
Cares? Yeah, no, literally.
It's a lot. Like, who has time for it?
Well, Levi is just playing the story
For the first time?
Yeah. And he's addicted. He loves it.
Is that good?
Yeah. And he didn't think he would be, but he is. But he's only playing the main story. In my first playthrough, I did it took me 4 years in total to complete the game.
I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna close the window.
So it took me 4 years to complete the game. Yes, because I was so enveloped in the story and the side missions and like little tidbits, right? So everything that's like, you meet a stranger on the road and they're like, please help me, I just got bitten by a rattlesnake, and you give them medicine and it's like, thank you. And you meet that character in the next city and they give you like a discount, they give you a free weapon,
because they remember you.
Yes. Wow. That interaction, and I loved that. And I liked the way they animated the horse as well.
I know their balls shrink.
Yeah. Okay. Besides that, no, the animation to have a realistic horse with its ears and facial expressions and how it moves and stuff and reacts to the world is so realistic, and I love that. And I just like the hunting aspect. Everything about that game just hits every point for me. I get lost in that game, forgetting to eat myself, to drink, go to toilet, everything. Like, I'm just so
locked in.
Yes. And the same goes with my boyfriend. He's also very locked in, and I go, hey, do you want something to drink and eat? And he's like, oh, yeah. So then I bring him the stuff, and then he's like, oh, thank you. And I let him play. It's fine.
Do you guys stream? Because that's like a great opportunity to...
Oh, no, we don't.
Okay.
We sometimes also, because we bought an Xbox S series together.
Oh, all right.
So sometimes we also play games together, like right next to each other. And I don't know if you heard of Path of Titans. It's like a dinosaur MMO game.
No.
Look it up.
Path of Titans.
Yeah, and it's you have your dinosaur. Ooh. And you play as this dinosaur.
You play as a dinosaur.
Yeah, and it's very PvP orientated. but they're gonna bring in some new features as well.
Big chicken.
Basically. But yeah, no, and the first time he wanted to try out the game, yeah, he was not very convinced because he picked the worst type of dinosaur to pick. But that's besides the point. He then came around and was like, I want to play dinos with you. Do you know how much that meant to me? I was ecstatic. I was like, "You're gonna play dinos with me? Oh my god!"
I found the one. Now I understand what.
Yeah, and he actually enjoys the game, and it's like, he loves the fighting. He like, because you're a meat eater or a herbivore, and just pick a fight that you can win. And like a few days ago, we were playing with one of my old friends in a trio. And we were crushing it, really. Like, you have to go tactical. Okay, how am I going to kill this?
Really? It's like... So what is the game about? Like, you are a dinosaur and you need to live as a dinosaur?
Yeah, you grow it. Like,
it's very realistic.
Well, I say realistic, but it's like you grow, you get your XP, then you get your abilities. So you have like a hotbar, and then you press the according buttons to do the attacks. So it's, MMO style, and you change your color. But then you can also just kind of sit in a place and watch other people do their thing, and depending what type of server you're on, depends on the rules and stuff, but you can people watch.
I can totally see how everyone is just playing as T-Rex. Isn't that the case? Because I mean, if you're T-Rex, just the king, just kill everyone. No, is that not easy?
No.
Can't you just...
Because depending what community server you're on, like, you will have people that just, like, if they see one misbehave, everyone
attacks.
Yes. And then other community servers, you're not allowed to third party hunt and kill, so then the people that pick the fight with that one, they have to execute the fight. And if someone dies on either side, you stop.
Okay.
Right? So that's what the rules are there for. But it's fine. Like, and if you finesse that line, you can have a really good experience. And me, Levi, and our friend Lily, we were all playing together, and we go to one bit on the map that's just flat, and we were just practicing fighting, right?
With NPCs?
No, with each other. Yeah.
Okay.
Just so, like, okay, so you can fight this dinosaur with that dinosaur. Okay, now try beating me with this, because I have a lot of characters, and
of course.
Yeah, and Levi, like, he liked that certain dinosaur, and then we were just like, okay, go against my roster of different characters, and some were challenging, others were, I lost a few, and I take those losses with a smile. I'm like, good on you, you outbested me with this character. But I'm not perfect either in that game, because I struggle to fight as well, because I have so many. They have all different abilities and all, positive, negative. So it's like really, it's so much fun. When you have the right people around you, you really have a good time.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, and like the Isle is also,
it's another game?
Yeah, it's another game, but it's more based on realism. So way more realistic than the Path of Titans, yeah?
The island.
Just the Isle, there you go. Yeah.
Oh, it's also about dinosaurs.
Yeah, and you pick a certain roster of dinos that you can play, and there's 2 different maps. So you have every mirror, or that's a new one, and then you have Legacy. That's like the first edition.
I'm gonna be honest, just from the visuals, this one looks more impressive.
Yeah, visually impressive, but there's a lot of bugs in that game.
Oof.
But they're working on it, and I know, and they have a limited dev team as well.
And they have Chupacabra as well.
Well, they're working on that, but they need to fix the other dinosaurs first. No, but otherwise, like, as well, this is also very, if you find the right people, you can have a lot of fun. But not gonna go too much into that. But yeah, like, that's what I want to play. That's why I play games, to escape to a different type of reality.
What are you talking about? They don't have a drag dinosaur?
A what?
A drag queen dinosaur?
No.
No. Shame on them. No, I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I agree with you, Eileen. I think we made a good point here. And I want to make sure that if you guys listening to us, like, this is a sensitive subject, right? If any one of you guys disagree with us, like, just reach out. Let's have a conversation, because I think ideas, they're meant to be shared and exchanged, not to attack each other. And something that I have a deep respect for Joe Rogan, because once he said, like, I'm not married to my ideas, was like, This guy, like, that's how it should be. You should not be married to your ages.
No.
If you have a better argument, just bring it on. Let's argue together, but like in a respectful and intellectual way, not like,
Yeah.
you know, like, I think we as humans, we should always aim to improve.
Yeah, of course.
I said it already, like baby steps, right?
Yeah,
That's
baby
how my
steps.
approach to the podcast
Yeah.
equipment and everything in life, actually. Like, yeah.
Yeah, no, and so like that really just comes down to the interaction between no, don't jump up. Basically, like I don't mind the inclusivity. I don't
Yeah.
mind that, but when people start going on about race and, you know, sexual orientation, it's like you're focusing on something that isn't really the focus of why people dislike certain games now.
And the thing is, one last thing is like, it can feel very rewarding to be a victim.
Yes.
I'm not saying that everyone who's involved in UIY and those things, like they are victims and they're, but that's across the board. Like some people, they just like to play victims. It's a thing.
Yeah, it's also easier to be the victim instead of just trying to be all like, hey,
Yeah.
I have many views on this, but I'm not against you. Like, you know, trying to include a demographic into something that's already had a lore base, you know, like, I don't know, with Henry Cavill, you know, how he...
Oh,
The
Superman,
Witcher.
yeah, what about him?
Yeah. Like, I just recently watched that about how he left The Witcher because they divert from the lore.
Why they did it, Joe? I mean, the lore is so good.
I know.
Why would they change it?
Trust me, it's all to start including other things that don't relate to the source material. And